just rolling up I-10, so it could be reaching West Jacksonville at about 5:13. But do remember, there is the polygon here itself does extend it off towards the east there until 5 p.m. for Baker, Duval, Nassau County, but basically moving out of Baker County into Duval County. Nassau is included just because of the top right kind of a section of that polygon right there. That's all moving off towards the east here. So let's take one more look at that velocity. And I'm here with the meteorologist Lee Southwick. Lee, once you're up, just let me know so I can kind of set up the show here. But here it is once again. Radar indicated just, actually I believe this is our rotation right in here. Now remember, when we're talking about this, we're talking about the coming and going here on radar. And it looks like it's moving right over Baldwin. So I can't stress enough for our friends in the Baldwin area. Radar indicated tornado at this time. Let's zoom right in on it here for you. I know we don't have basements or anything like that, but you know, if you are you see things are picking up outside, you want to get to a safe place, and you are in this particular area right there, that's where it does look like the core of our rotation is moving just towards the north of the Baldwin Center. Yeah, that's where you're going to be looking at. You want to get away from those windows, get to an interior area, and you know, definitely don't go outside. And we always want to share photos and stuff like that, but you want to stay indoors as it kicks off towards the east. I'm going to pass over to Lee. Lee, what do you got here?
Yeah, thank you, Robert. So we are, again, watching the same system that brought us a tornado warning for Columbia County originally and then Baker. And now you're right, it is moving into Baldwin. So this is moving off to the east, and heads up, Jacksonville, you are included in this tornado warning. So this does include places on the west side of Jacksonville and the north side of Jacksonville. That is why we are cutting right back in. I know that we have golf up, a lot of people waiting for football as well, but this is a life-threatening situation. So we do have rotation and the possibility of a tornado associated with the same line here, and it's right over Baldwin. It is traveling down I-10. So if you have anyone, any friends or family traveling on I-10, give them that heads up from Baldwin all the way into downtown Jacksonville. That is where we have this tornado warning. Yes, this tornado warning does extend into downtown Jacksonville. If you are watching from San Marco Riverside, downtown Jacksonville, all the way up on to the north side of Jacksonville, this includes Riverview, and then off to the west, Hart Haven, as well as Hyde Park. Avondale, you are included in the Cedar Hills. Westwood, you are all under that tornado warning. Everyone on the west side and parts of the north side of Jacksonville, and then a little bit of the south side too, trying to clip in on that. So Baldwin right now, that is where we have that area of rotation that we are watching the possibility here of a tornado dropping down. Let's take a look at our velocity. That's where we see rotation right over Baldwin. So if you are in Baldwin, you are out of time. Now the big tornado warning, the polygon itself, does include portions of Jacksonville. So circulation has tightened a little bit, or has been maintained through Baldwin. We do have this tornado warning that will continue off to the east, so it includes Duval County. Now,
can I jump in here real quick here, Lee?
Oh, yeah, you want to go on? Sure.
So this is something I do want to show you, and I do apologize. I'm wearing a polo here, guys. Let's we're tracking this for you. Here's Baldwin, by the way, guys. Look at 301. Then here's your outgoing radar signature and that ingoing. It's that center right there that we do have that circulation at this time. Just passing over 201, but this is something I've just noticed. Winds out ahead of this too, and here we go. This is cruising right along. So our latest sweep from our radar showing that just kick on by, but it's that outflow rate here too. Even if this is radar indicated. Even if this is not an actual tornado on the ground, we got 60, 65 mile per hour radar indicated winds right in here. Actually, Lee, do you mind just taking the question mark and clicking right there on this one? Because I'm sure that we're going to pull up some rather high winds. Okay, that's tornado warning. Yeah, all right, it's picking up on the tornado warning. We're recording it, but I do know that within that area, yeah, we got some pretty high winds kind of kicking on through just towards, see, look at that right there. Thank you very much. That is right there, about 55 mile per hour winds. So radar is indicating 55 mile per hour winds going that way. high winds coming this way. So what you have going on is that broad circulation. That's why we have a tornado warning in place. Do you mind zooming in right here just on 301? Let's get a closer look at what we're talking about here. So here's Baldwin, friends, right there at the corner of 301 there and 90, moving just towards the east. So we're heading up to, no, there's a big dairy farm right in here. It's just towards the west of there. You have that general circulation. It does look like it's just towards the north. So this is staying just north of I-10. Now, based on radar, you know, I do believe our circulation would be right in here, crossing just past 201 at this time. But if you know anybody heading west on I-10 or east on I-10, see if they can pull over, get shelter, get south of the highway here, because you do not, even if they're not driving into where we got that center of circulation, this is a pretty nasty storm. Actually, can you flip it over to your computer? Or actually, I got it. This is the overall circulation. So they're going to be running into those headwinds at the very least, with that rotation rate in here, that heavy rainfall as well as this kicks off towards the east. And it's moving forward at what, 60, 70 miles per hour?
It was just at 65.
Yeah, so this is moving at a pretty significant pace here off towards the east. But if I just mentioned your specific area, Baldwin rolling up 90 towards Otis, look at the, actually right here. So towards Otis, Old Plank Road, South Panther, Winn-Dixie Parkway. So I believe that's where our dairy farm is I was just talking about. A pretty large one right in there. Just north of that, looks like that circulation is going to be passing just north of that dairy farm. Then kicking off there, just north of White House, up Old Plank Road, 90, just north of I-10 towards White House. All these areas, I'm not saying, you know, shelter immediately, there's a big tornado coming, but there is a tornado warning in place for you, friends. You need to get away from those windows. Don't go outside. Flying debris could always be a thing, even if we don't have a tornadic development. Lee?
Would you mind tracking for me while I go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because one thing I would like to do too, Robert, you said it was moving at 65 miles an hour to the east. It is booking it, but could we get a track on that and show what time it could reach certain areas across the First Coast, certain towns and certain cities? So here's the setup right now. We do have a tornado warning, which includes Duval and Nassau County until 5 o'clock. So within the next couple of minutes, still moving on through. Also a severe thunderstorm warning until 5 o'clock for the same area. Here is that red polygon. Those of you here in this red polygon, that is a tornado warning that is in effect, and this is moving through Duval County and parts of Nassau County. So if you are even in downtown Jacksonville right now, you are under a tornado warning and you need to get into your safe spot immediately. That is the lowest level, an interior room on the ground floor of whatever building you're in. If you're watching from downtown Jacksonville, we have some tall buildings. We're talking ground floor interior room. So if in your home you have a bathroom that has a window, that doesn't count. You need to get inside into an interior room and away from windows or any external walls. Look at this. That is some rotation that's moving now on the east side of Baldwin, traveling along portions of I-10. So it's heading towards Otis at 4:54 p.m. White House at 4:57 p.m. That's when it could reach you. So it's bearing down on you now. You need to get into your safe spot. Camden at 5 o'clock, Marietta at 5 o'clock, and west side of Jacksonville at 5:04 p.m. So again, this is the track that it's taking, and look how quickly it is moving. So that is pushing up to the east towards downtown Jacksonville. So the west side of Jacksonville and even a lot of the north side of Jacksonville included in that tornado warning as well. So there's a look at the path as it continues to move off towards the east along I-10.
And just so you know, let's actually pull this up real quick here. Get you a look at the latest. Just a quick recap here for anybody tuning in right now, Lee. Till 5 o'clock, so we got 5 minutes still in the tornado warning. Moving off there towards the east, but as you just mentioned, there is also another severe thunderstorm warning. I know we got polygons tacked on polygons here, guys. That really does stress that line of storms, but there's another one just issued just south of this tornado warning that extends all the way down towards Orange Park, just north of NAS Jacksonville. So even further towards the south, it does look like that outflow is kind of kicking out from this and really pushing those high winds out with it too. So even if they're not in that immediate polygon, we're still talking about those winds, right?
Right, and with a severe thunderstorm warning, I mean, with winds of around or over 60 miles an hour, that can also cause damage. If you were tuning in earlier when we had our original tornado warning, we already talked about how even in a severe thunderstorm warning, you need to move into the interior of your home, because if you think about it, 60-mile-per-hour winds, it can pick up whatever is not secure outside. Outdoor furniture that's not heavy, any sort of Christmas or Hanukkah decorations outside, a trash can that's outside, and it can make it a projectile. So you want to get away from windows in a severe thunderstorm warning as well, which does include a greater portion of the Jax metro area. So there's where we're seeing the rotation right now, right on the east side of Baldwin, heading towards Otis and White House. So White House, it is on the way to you, traveling along I-10 off to the east, making a straight shot towards downtown Jacksonville.
Can I just show something real quick? Now, this is for people in Jacksonville, and you might be looking outside going, what is he talking about? Because I want to share this with you guys. That's what it looks like in downtown Jacksonville right now. That is not rain, friends. That is fog. We have lightning outside. We have heavy fog. And what's happening here is that there's this relatively cooler temperatures out ahead of this, very humid air out ahead of this. And then we have that evaporative cooling coming out of the bottom side of this storm cell. It is hitting each other. The air is condensing really quick, and what we're getting is this near zero visibility. I say all this out to you here because I don't want you to look outside and go, it's foggy, and fog is not typical. It's usually a stable weather phenomena, not typically associated with it. But even if we go back to, let's say, this radar here, I can kind of see the fog on the radar. It's this weird, let's go back to the velocity here. It's this kind of, see all this green here? Right here, all of this green. That is the radar kind of showing us a little bit of that fog. Of course, it's the wind flow moving away, but it is picking up on those clouds right there. While our higher winds associated with the storm, see these darker areas in the red and the green right in there. And then you have just that broad circulation, which, by the way, does, I mean, at the very least, even if we don't have rotation in here, which it does look like we do, I should say if we don't have an actual tornado on the ground, that is indicating a pretty decent outflow cruising pretty much from Chafee Trail all the way out towards White House. You're looking at those winds cruising forward, maybe not in a rotational sense, at about 65, 70 miles per hour. And it's that force of that cold air with that evaporative cooling, which is the reason why we have the fog downtown. So this is all connected out here, friends. And I want you to look outside and say, okay, I hear that thunder, I see that fog. This is a connector to the fact that we have the strong storm headed towards us.
And you know, I just want to give a friendly reminder with the outflow boundary that you're talking about. I'm worried about power outages, trees down, of course. And so a friendly reminder too that we are also streaming on our website right now. You can head over to our app or our website and you can stream this if you do happen to lose power, because this is going to impact a lot of you. We have that tornado warning and a severe thunderstorm warning over a large portion of Jacksonville, the west side of Jacksonville, and then it goes into downtown Jacksonville, and it includes portions of the south side and the north side too. So again, two different things we're watching here. Here is the tornado warning. That is everyone who needs to be in your safe spot immediately. Notice how it is traveling along I-10 right into downtown Jacksonville. Then we have severe thunderstorms warning to the south of it. We had, again, also on the north side of this, and that can cause a lot of damage as well. It can knock out power, it can knock down trees, and it can make loose objects flying projectiles. It is 5 o'clock now. Robert, do we have an update from the National Weather Service?
I'm waiting on them right now. They just getting clarification because they just mentioned that they're going to let this severe thunderstorm warning expire, but the tornado warning
looks like the tornado warning is gone.
Okay, all right. I was just getting clarification from the National Weather Service, but if it's dropping there, then that does look like that should be the case. But I mean, still, we do have these severe thunderstorm warnings as we were just talking about, but at least does look like, as you mentioned early, tornado warnings drop.
So I think, Robert, if you agree with me, we should send everyone back to programming now on
Yes.
NBC and ABC. We will be here, though, throughout the evening, keeping a close eye on it, and we will cut back in if we need to with another tornado warning. Stay safe with the severe thunderstorm warning. We will also be updating you on the website and on the app. But for now, we'll send you back to programming.